feel like she's stopped mooing now. Meg, leave him alone. Leave him alone. No.
No way.
There, off you go. Here, do you want me to help you?
Well, you take one, baby, yeah.
Here. Hey, Angus.
Hey. Fatten them up to eat them, mate.
Not for you, Meg. Off you go.
Hey. Are you doing anything up here, babe, or not? No.
Massaging my forehead.
How old are these goats?
That one's 3 and this one's 1. And they're both pregnant, and then they'll be due for babies in about start of July. Make goat's cheese, make goat's milk, and all the goat things.
So?
What's in there?
Nowra and Esper.
Esper.
She's chill, hey.
They don't like to wet their feet.
Hey, Nowra, you want to jump up? Up. Up. Come on. Come on, girl. Jump up, baby.
Come on, hey. Yeah.
Hey, Nowra.
So we only got these guys
Mary.
2 weeks ago.
There you go, girl. Good girl.
Good girl. Good girl. In your bed. Get in your bed. Come on, I'll show you. This is the shot. That was the first shot. If you can see it, anything around the eddies kind of thing. But that's what I was saying. See how it's behind the pole, and like it's like right. That wave's like right in front.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like real weird.
Yeah, it's like how did he get that shot?
Yeah, I know. Because all the ones you're catching are really like right over there. But that one's like right in front of the arm. Pretty sick, eh?
That's amazing. What year was that?
That's 2000. Well, that's 2005 photo annual, but like it was probably the year before, I guess. Yeah. Maybe get the glare off it.
Mad dog.
Yep. Crazy, eh?
Wow.
Yeah. So it was the same days. That's why it was all black and white, all that stuff. But it was the same days that was shot. But I think this come out first in a mag, and then that come out in a photo annual or something, or poster book. But once they came out, everyone obviously wanted to know where they were. But so this is, yeah, lifestyle shot. That's it. 2 pages. That was it. Mustn't say much. That was actually that was shot off my ski as well. Matt West shot that. Another cover shot.
Yeah, wow.
Remember Matt West?
Yeah, he's a photog from down here, eh?
Yep. So
who's that?
chap at Eddie's. That day was pumping, eh? That was only 4 dudes out. Long time ago. I think Grizz. That's Cyclops one, eh?
Yeah.
There's another trip across. This was the same trip as before across Australia, but just a different part of it.
Oh yeah, yep.
Not that many good shots there, really, eh? Almost. Lifestyle shots by the look of it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, rail. Shot from someone else, but same wave as that, same wave as before, but Berg shot that, I think. Phil Thurston.
Wow.
Yeah, it was Tosti, yeah, and Oslo. All pipe stuff. And this is all shot out of a tinny as well, I think, eh? So like sitting there at night with a tinny, and then like a flash on a pole or something. But I want to show you the frame that's before that, because it's way better. It's the shot. So that's the frame before that frame. How much better is that frame?
Yeah.
Like, he's in the bottom. Oh man, if you got injured out of that wave, like, you'd be in some serious pain for a long time before you get any help, eh?
Do you think like back then it was like they were chasing it for pure love or money?
Nah, definitely. Everyone was getting like a little bit of money, but like everyone was really doing it because they loved doing it. Especially like at the age of everyone's still pretty young back then, so like everyone's got less responsibilities, I guess.
Yeah.
But everyone did it because they really loved doing it, really. And if you didn't, you kind of stopped doing it, really. Look at him. Looks like he's been photoshopped into the wave.
Who is it?
Joe Silver. And he would have been 16 then, which is pretty crazy. And that was right in the morning before there was any sun on the wave, really. And it would have been freezing cold. And me and Max just rocked up on the ski and we saw him paddling that thing. And he was sitting out the back with Grizz and Jose. And they kind of go, oh, you go. And then he's like, I remember him paddling kind of one arm into it. And I was like, in my head, I'm going, fuck, paddle a bit harder. And then, but like 16-year-olds now don't even, like we were saying, leave their bedroom. Look at it, cunt. Like, and there's heaps of wave below that.
Yeah.
Like, he's airdropping like pretty far on that thing.
That's just...
Oh, it's psycho. It doesn't feel like it's in here, but it's in here somewhere, you know what I mean?
It's a masterpiece, that
yeah.
one.
Player project. Oh, signed by... Oh, this is Damo's one, not mine. This is Damo Miller's. 2000 and something. Oh, whose video was that? Andrew Canada. Fucking hell. They just keep coming, don't they? Bang Bang. Remember that? That was by Katie and Mitch Pole.
Yeah.
They're
It's so funny.
Like that one there is pretty sick. Like, down board. See the flex in it? You can actually see how much. See the flex in it?
Yeah.
Light as it's such light winds this time of year.
At the roundabout, take
Exactly this sticker. Bodyboard Academy cunt.
Whoa.
Who the fuck is it? Drive the Lunas or South Oz, you always leave behind, come this way. And then you get the Hume, and then once you're at the Hume, you kind of like, at least you're on the freeway kind of thing, but this is always the slow bit all through here kind of thing. Just sitting here in the lane broken down, and I'll come up, and then it was like night time kind of thing, and then I don't know what happened, how he done his clutch or something, he couldn't get up anyway, and then towed him up the top, and then he just ended up rolling the rest of the way down the hill. I saw another lady actually when I was driving the truck, see this gutter that's off to the side here, that deep gutter, come around one of these bends and just driven straight into it, eh? Oh, yeah, definitely not doing that. Look how nice it is, these trees, tank. Good find. We can overhang it, doesn't matter anyway if it's the bottom here. Yeah, sweet. So it's
Yeah, right, yep.
put it on straight like that one, put it the other way because the tie downs will work better. Yeah? Let's get some tie downs on him. It's not that tricky, but see this knot we've had to tie here, so we can slip knot that, so that knot doesn't get so fucking tight when we put the ratchet on it.
Oh yeah.
Slip him in there, and then he'll just tighten onto that, and then when we get home we'll be able to undo the whole thing kind of thing. Nah, these sweet, eh? We'll get the null plate covered then. I'll know who we are.
Go through some speed cameras.
Yeah. So when the surf shop burns down, which is we go to up here, this is where the surf shop moved to. So this is where the core store ended up going to. I don't know if you remember that there used to be like a big thing of coot on the side of the wall. You remember the coot tested, whole coot tested thing that's on? There used to be a big sticker on the wall just on one of these windows just here. So that was all the core store once it burnt down. All moved to there. That was a full surf shop, bodyboard store. And where it used to be was just here. Right there where the grass is there. That used to be the core store, and then the motorbike shop was on this side. And then the motorbike shop caught fire and then burnt down, and the core store burnt down. All boards, everything gone. And like I was saying to you earlier, you can see cunts get around in burnt Zions and like, because you could imagine the fire goes through there, but heaps of stuff gets saved. The whole thing was trash. Like the joint was fucked. And
Was core store one of your first jobs you worked?
Oh, not so much job, but it was one of the first sponsors that led to other sponsors, really, eh? But like back to what we were saying earlier as well about sponsors, like it kind of just got in the way, eh, of even surfing. So you'd only just get what you're given, be pretty happy with it, and couldn't be fucked like begging for money off people.
What was your first like sponsor? you reckon?
First sponsor was Shed 9, Eddie at Shed 9, and he sent me and made up heaps of clothes and old videos like Welcome to the White House, and it was yeah, he's a good dude, eh? He's been on the scene for fucking ever, eh?
Yeah. Remember that shop, eh?
Yep, still there. I went to try and see him the other week when I was down there, but didn't get to catch up with him. But and then we had Boog Prems here as well another time. So oh man, film all these fucking birds. How's those birds? Yeah. Do you know what those birds are?
No.
Corellas. So, man, I was almost going to show you this morning, when you come in town of a morning, they're hanging off all the trees and shit. And of an arvo, they virtually just come in and rip all the trees apart. They go crazy of an afternoon, eh?
Like a
cockatoo thing, yeah. But they hang off shit and just rip leaves and shit off everything. Like, they make an absolute mess of the whole area. And apparently what happened is, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now they migrated here, then they just never left. And they literally, the population of them through here is just like out of control. And they live just here. This morning when we were in town, they were all, I saw them now, I forgot to say something about them, but yeah, nature. Wait, there's the fucking trucks on the back of the tilt tray now. You know, I was saying that truck's just been sitting there forever.
Yeah.
That's on the back of the tilt tray. How weird. It's we'll be able to go slow, but if you look to your, you can see that cool blue. Actually, you'll see the back of it. There you go. That's Graham Miller's aircon unit. And look at the name of the street, Graham Street. North Miller. Coffee table. Here, where we had Flux premiere, which is there. Then we had another Boog one years ago as well. When and we would have had probably 100 and something people there, 100 and something people. But yeah, the other one was, you know, I was saying everyone used to be Christian in bodyboarding kind of thing. The other one was like a dedicated like Christian Boog movie. And how's I went to, it's even weird, I went to the op shop just there the other day and had a copy of it in there. Yeah, and I've got it amazing. Yeah, I know, I like to show you. When I saw it, I was like, fuck off. Primary school, but not many Boog related memories there really. But yeah. Got the church and everything with it too, so.
So you went there from, what year were you when you went there?
I went there from year 2 pretty much, year 3. But it's got the church, so you know it's legit. It's a legit Catholic education establishment.
Oh,
it's beautiful, eh?
What river's that?
Shoalhaven River. So follow that bit, the bridge is right not long after this kind of thing really. But keep going further up and it goes pretty much fresh water. But when it floods, all that green shit there is covered, eh? Like when you get massive floods kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's all underwater. Yeah, and then you can come, this is the showground, you can come camp up here if you want. Like, look. This is where the Nowra show is too, like the Nowra, you know we're talking about shows really, Nowra show.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sick. Yes, this is the night, this is it here, this is the night walker. Oh, there he is. You go. Oh no. You go straight. There he is. He's so that's one of the dudes getting around town. Did you fucking, fuck, you definitely shot him, didn't you? Fuck hell. No, he just cruises back and forth around town all the time. And he apparently he's a real smart dude. was the ducks of Nowra High apparently, and then I don't know, something. Don't know what happened, eh? We used to play pool comp, shoot pool. That was the happening sport back in the day as well. We used to go there on Tuesday night pool comp. Even on a Saturday night, I would never really hit it, but there'd be a line up to get into that joint on a Saturday night. But that wouldn't happen now. It's shut now, but even I think the second one you said. Yeah. You can keep eating. It's alright, you can keep eating. Yeah, I'm after Ocean. Strap to the top of the water now. You can't just shove it in today.
Yeah. Got it. Very nice, thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
You have a good one.
Thanks, Buzz.
Yeah.
She's in, mate. Go get at the goats. I used to work, not there. I've stopped in there, but I used to work at this restaurant just up here called the Butter Factory. I was washing dishes there for years, just up here at the Butter Factory. So the surf shop, washing dishes and delivering pizzas. And then just if the surf's not good, you're better off just working back then, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
And the surf's not good every day either. But like, you used to just cram the days full of either working, and then if there was a trip or whatever, you'd be off kind of thing. Good novelty after work kind of surf spot, like that little thing that's sitting up there. It's shocking. Like, people hate the wave, but like, it does the job kind of thing. Yeah. Dudes come up and surfing. It's kind of reasonably full, but anyway, actually one weird thing that happens when it gets so full, you actually get these eels and shit that try and escape out of the lake, and they'll be like swimming at the end here. You know what I mean? Trying to get to the ocean. They kind of know when it's getting full. Really weird, eh? You come down at night and they'll be trying to get out. Yeah, crazy standing wave. Like really, really, really crazy standing wave. But probably only for the first hour or something, and then it gets too wide. But not for everyone maybe either.
Tell us about the time when you like almost drowned.
Yeah.
You almost drowned here or something.
Pretty much it only just opened, and you can imagine when water's like the lake sits a bit higher than the ocean. Like that. And when it's flowing out, that first little bit is like a bit of a waterfall where it runs, and then you can kind of have like a stationary wave here. If you can imagine, it's like falling like a waterfall. Anyway, just been doing like riding heaps of the wave, stationary waves, you know, running around, kind of like out of breath, and then came running up and jumped, you know, right into that first trough. And another thing you can notice as well with fresh water, your buoyancy is like heaps less. Like you really notice it. I remember jumped into that kind of trough and just sunk. And then, because like I'm saying, that waterfall bit that's coming out of the lake's coming, and it's pushing me, and then I'm just going around in circles. So I'm getting pushed down, get pushed out, and then I got drawn back into the downward force. I'm going around in a circle. I'm literally going under, can't get a breath, going down, can't get a breath, going under, and I can literally see people on the bank like right there. And I'm thinking, oh, I hope no one jumps in, because I'm sweet. I'll just like, I'll get out of this in a sec. And then kind of done that probably 5 or 6 times, and then I missed getting a breath, and then I was like, fuck. And then I got a breath, and then I was like, all right. And then I was like, if I miss another breath and I don't get up to the surface again, I'm not going to have enough time to come back up, get my arm up, and then get a breath, and then wait for someone. So I just quickly like, you know, I was like, threw my arm up. I was like, oh fuck, if someone just hits me and bumps me out of the spot, it'll be sweet. But that would probably went on for like a minute, and then ended up being Chap and Jose. Heaps of people jumped in, but Chap was there, Jose was there. They all jumped in. All I just needed was a little bump off where I was kind of sitting, and then I was sweet. And then after that, no one jumped in, no one did any more.
Yeah, well,
that was the end of the day. It was actually real fucking scary, because for a second I was like, oh, I'm fully sweet, hope no one jumps in, and then for a second there I was like, I'm gonna fucking die here, eh? And that's definitely the closest I've ever come to drowning.
Where's your favourite wave?
Oh, definitely, like, well, it's definitely Eddie's, but like that, and there's another, yeah, I don't know, there's other good waves.
Favourite person you've ever like always surfed with?
Depends where I'm at. It depends where you are, but Grizz is probably one of the favourites, because he pushes you, makes you drink coffee and stuff. Never used to drink coffee till I met Grizz, so thank him for that. Even Chap, like me and Chap done heaps of surfing together, so it depends where I am, but like, you know, Chap's been good dude to surf with over the years.
Yeah, like Grizz pushed you heaps, you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. But that's the good thing about bodyboarding. You can, if you don't catch the waves, you don't get the reward really. So regardless who you go with, like, you've got to actually do the work to get in the water as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like Grizz is good like that. Like, because he's fucking getting good ones, so you want to get good ones, don't you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if you go with someone who's kind of casual and cruises, then you kind of just cruise, you go, oh, let's just go in, you know, you don't really care about it. But like, when you're hungry for that, or that person's hungry for a good one, you don't want to go in if, you know, you didn't get a good one really either.
Favorite bodyboarder growing up? Who'd you idolise? Like,
Oh man, like Mitch and Hardy definitely.
Drive up for tomorrow morning, and even I was thinking, fuck, I'm going to drive up for tomorrow morning, I might just come up and start with them. But yeah, you reckon it's not worth it, then I won't.
I'll let you know. I'll give you a buzz in a bit. Or he had just go yesterday. Alvo did at Pulse a bit. Yeah. So AJ's been deep in the scene since the start. Definitely. He left and hit Sydney for a bit, and then came back and loves it. The house I grew up in. Which.
so that's your childhood house.
Yep, that's it. And then, you know, the beach is just the end of the street there, so that's where we kind of first started surfing at the south end of this beach where I took you earlier, where it was kind of protected, and then virtually made our way up to this end where you get a bit more swell kind of thing. And then Eddie's is just down there really. But another booger used to live at the end of the street. That was the dude who used to surf Eddie's with. The dude bodyboarded over the road, and they had two brothers. There was three of those brothers who used to bodyboard, Green Giant, and they used to have Contortion, that bodyboard movie.
Yeah.
There's another one over here, another video shop, and that used to have Rip in the Pit. They're the only two boog movies getting around that you can get really. Or you go to Servo and get a Rush Mag or something like that. But the Science Stewart came to Australia to premiere all the Fire movie that Scotty Carter did, and yeah, we did a thing from down there. Who we have with us? Did a Wollongong Prem, Sydney Prem, Central Coast, whatever, up the coast, and it was me, Stuart, Howley Reeves. Remember him?
Yep.
And I signed heaps of stuff, but like, I'm staying with Stuart and Howley Reeves, like they're like, you know, way above, like, you know, it was cool to be hanging with them. Like, it shouldn't have been, you know, my signature shouldn't really be on poster with those guys, really. There you go. How big the cunt is, eh? Fucking hell. And just see, like, one of these old boards, eh? The old back sit.
Yeah, it's like the one I got.
Yeah.
Long arm.
Well, those. Yeah, most of these are chest sits in here, eh? I threw them over the pool table because I lost the cover oil of this one, but fucking with that full steamer.
Wow.
That's 4.3.
Sick.
Sick, eh? I'll be wearing most of the winter probably. The second bodyboard I ever owned. Manta Mystic. Look how thick this thing is. So I had this from when I was about year 4, so maybe 10 years old, till I was in about year 9.
What?
Yeah.
Manta.
That's Manta Mystic. That was it called. It was that. I think that was like the series, or that was the model. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know why that's on there, but yeah, the first time I ever surfed Eddie's, it was on this board, really. So
It's a relic.
yeah, it is, man. Like, and that's bigger than any board I ride at the moment. Like, man, I should fucking ride. Like, well, they're all John O'Briss colours.
True.
Yeah, but like these colours weren't in then, but yeah, I don't even actually know how big that is. It's probably 42, but like I said, I rode that from when I was in year 4. Well, that's pretty much the first bodyboard I ever owned, but that's my brother's one of it. So that was an O&E Spider. Yeah. And look, that was something from when I ran a comp years ago. That was a long time ago. 15 minute. What do we got? Here, what do we have? Bodyboards, Riptide posters and shirts, DVDs, giveaways. That was a bodyboard comp I ran in Culburra. After one of those premieres, you know the premiere I was talking about, there's a Christian one at the Roxy Cinema. The next day ran a bodyboard comp out. Oh, wow, fuck this thing.
Wow.
But that was But that was like
Ocean though.
yeah, O&E. They were in. Old Tom Rob.
The sticker.
Sticker, the Wayne's one.
Yeah.
Did you have one of them?
Yeah.
Gyro stickers.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the first Zion sticker. And then this thing, at school in year 12, you had to make, or you, like for design and tech. Meg! Get in your bed. Get in your bed. Yeah, I made a bodyboard for D&T, and that was like, this is like the innovative tale. You had to be innovative, you couldn't just make a bodyboard. So I got these materials off Manta. These are like in year 12.
Yeah.
And like, look at that.
Plan B.
Yeah, that was the name of the board brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I actually, I wrote it out pipe one day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What did you score? Like, what was your score in school?
They never tell you, man. Back in the day, when you do year 12, you just get your UAI results or whatever it was, but they never scored you. You never got told them what you got in like the assessments, at like the last assessment for the year kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was real weird.
Yeah.
But that was the board anyway, and then I just hung on to it forever. Vaughan Hookman, I remember this one. Because he used to always go on about this board I had, which had that red tape on it from stringer change, but that was I don't know. Did one big air reverser pipe, and that's the board I was riding, and Vaughan always goes on about that. Yeah, remember the one with the tape on the on the tail of it? Like, I might as well get up here and you can kind of camera which we got off Ian Stewart, and we used to just shoot heaps of fisheye stuff, because like obviously back then to get the mag you had to shoot slide, because this is just before digital came out really. And yeah, me and Brendo used to shoot heaps, but then like, yeah, this is a mix. So this slide box is actually at the surf shop, that, you know how the surf shop burnt down, then it moved?
Yeah.
Then I made all these slides and threw that at the surf shop when we were like, you know, all the bodyboard shop, what you want to call it. Got it focused now, it's Big Dav there. But that's like, you know, this is like 25 years ago. So it's probably like 20. Like heaps away, like Brendo and Island, that's shot by Tosti. Chat was in the boxing. Do you remember Chat was in the boxing?
Yeah.
Okay, boxing. He wouldn't even know, he wouldn't even seen this stuff, eh? Oh, Toby.
This is crazy.
Chat. There's stuff in it. Like some of these slides have faded, as you can see. But like this is the lighthouse at like Culburra, like at Eddie's. But all these slides are kind of Tom Bunting, Corey Smith. You see what she's doing? Oh, she stopped it.
Oh, yeah.
She must have saw me coming. Ah, yeah, I saw that. Come, Meg, come on. What were you doing? Cal calls him Tony, but I call him Coney. This is where people are going to come to stay. Come and holiday here. Yep. That's supers. Is that Brendo cover we were talking about yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I don't know where to begin here. If there's Corey Smith, this is Shed 9. Do you remember this stuff? Do you remember that or not? Yeah. So that was like Shed 9 were doing clothing range, and I guess they run like a thing in Riptide, but every time I pull that out, I send Corey a photo. There might be a there you go, that's what it'll be, that. Black Rock, remember the gang shots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yep.
Who we got there?
Morgs. Jono, Tom Pip. So Jono still surfs, Tom Pip still surfs. It's Howie's, Tosti is Corey. Ads is me. Russ Quinn, PJ, Chap.
Yep.
Zamet. That's pretty much it, eh? Can you see it? Mad Dog. Matic. That was at Eddie's. That was who shot these? Tim Jones or something, I think. I was there, I remember the day. That's probably the last time he would have surfed it on a bodyboard, probably. And then this one's South Coast. Do you remember this one or not?
Oh, vaguely.
Yeah,
eh?
okay. So there's Corey, Idris. Remember Scooey's boys?
No.
Okay, so
I know Idris. I know.
yeah, okay. Sam Owen, there's Bryce, Damo Martin.
Yeah.
Damo still looks the same. Matic, Chat, me, Big Dav, Graham, Tig, Egg and Morgs.
Wow.
Yeah, this is obviously shot at Port Kembla, but I think, like I said, Corey, everyone kind of covering him. But how cool! Remember the gang shots, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they had such a feel about them. Ballistic, Raw 2. So that's the first bodyboard movie I ever owned. Like owned the video, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And watched that like a million times, which is still sick. I watched that not that long ago, eh? Yeah. Yeah, pretty sick, eh? Got the first shot overhead run. That was like a youth section. It's actually a sick fisheye shot. So that was shot with that fisheye camera. Yeah, wow. It's actually probably one of the best shots I've ever had at Eddie's, like fisheye, like barrel shot. The sponsor me tape. Remember this song?
Yeah.
We got used at BP. He used it in like a. BP had a section in something with it. Eh? So this is all pretty much. I was still in school. This is all.
Oh.
That's the first day anyone ever filmed Eddie's. That was shot by Jeremy Grieve. That was the Arvo of those black and white shots. And that's another wave in Culburra that you wouldn't even know is there. So that's shot from obviously from the island.
Yep.
Yep. So this is all pretty much, like I said, 2003 or something. Do you remember Mark Brightwell? Remember the name Mark Brightwell?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, this is me and Mark Brightwell surfing. Like, he was filming and I was surfing and we're going to swap. But this is a shot. That was the first day. That was another first day that anyone filmed Eddie's actually. Because there's two. Man, if I get those VCRs working, VCR tapes, there's some crazy footage I'd love to show. This dude took photos, but he was on the scene for a bit. But that's the night shot at Pipe. And I remember when he shot, like we were shooting, like surfing at night shooting, when that flash goes off, you only get one shot, the flash goes off. I remember you'd be blind for like the rest of the wave, eh? Wow. You know something else? I wasn't actually wearing a science vest or in that. They photoshopped that on.